See, we can flashbang. Charge. Oh. That flashbang didn't really... Alright, howdy boyos. Welcome back to Call to Arms. It's been a while since I did an editor video, but I had the sort of excitement when I saw that the Air and Land Warfare mod, shout out to the creator of that, added some police retextures for some stuff in the game. So today we are going to be playing as a police response team who are responding to a local warlord having a little bit too much power somewhere here in a fictional country in 2021. My idea is, if you guys like this video and the idea behind it, to create a very simple story, sort of like how Command & Conquer Generals has, you know, the USA fighting the GLA and China fighting the GLA. I thought we could do something similar to a small degree here in Call to Arms. So first of all, we have our police response team, a bunch of police cars with armed police officers, and of course, an armed police van. Their target is this huge industrial area. The industrial area has been taken over by the terrorist and his gang, and the job will be for the police to arrest or eliminate, it's a kill or capture order, of this guy right here. It's the only guy with a beret, as far as I'm aware, and it's going to be their goal to capture him, or worst case scenario, to kill him. Now, he is relatively well equipped, and this is kind of where the story comes in. Obviously, you know, your average gang or your average sort of terrorist can't just, you know, have access to huge-ass machine guns, RPGs. There's a pickup truck over here with a machine gun on it with a shield. You know, your average gangster isn't going to have access to that. So that's kind of where the plot point will come in if you guys are interested in seeing more. If you are interested in seeing more about this, let me know in the comment section, or just drop a like, or do both. You're more than welcome, obviously do both. With that being said, we're going to commence the assault on the huge area that is with just a lot of cover, a lot of hidden enemies, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Well, friendlies and enemies should relatively have like an easy time of dying. I should probably turn the minimap on because it's the only way of really being comfortable with moving around, in my opinion. So we're moving our convoy out, not very nicely on the road, but we're moving our convoy out, and we're going to be heading out here in a second. We have to deal with all of these gangsters. We're actually already being engaged. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Alright, get out. This is actually really bad. I didn't intend for them to get shot up over here, get into some sort of cover. And we have to figure out a way to get across the road now, or the river. Or it's not even really a river, it's more of a stream. It's a little stream. Now the thing is, we could probably use this... No, we need the driver to stay in. We need driver? Or well, not the driver, it doesn't matter. Let's see if you can do a police assault with this, using it as cover. I'm kind of hoping we can try and do something like that. So what, we park it across and sort of try and race in behind it. I just need to push this vehicle up and then rotate it sideways, hopefully with the driver being able to get out relatively safely. Alright, that was an alright idea. Didn't work out exactly the way I wanted it to. Oh, okay, well we managed to get at least into some cover over here. It's not great, it's not great. This is, I guess, an armored van. As you can see, though, the enemy has us pretty much pinned down. And we don't really have anything... Oh, we just lost a police officer right there. Let's try and put these guys to some sort of cover. We just got ambushed on the way there. But I guess that happens. It's alright. We've got to figure it out. So we have a few initial guys here on the edge. And the main thing that distincts them as being police officers, they don't have any grenades. They have just a flashbang on each operator. And that's obviously a little bit less lethal than just throwing a frag grenade at people all the time. Trying to use Call to Arms' awesome system that I've come to love more than I've come to hate it. I used to hate this system, and I think it's still a very stupid system to use in a competitive multiplayer game. But if you're doing it in the editor, or just using it for fun when you're playing with your friends, this actually is a really awesome system. Oh, we almost died there. Let's see, we can flashbang, charge. Oh, that flashbang didn't really blind anyone there. Okay, well, we lost this officer. We got to figure out a way. At least we made a sort of entrance now, so we can get our next set of officers coming up, and we can potentially drive a car over there just to get across the river. Well, again, river, stream. We can get across the stream faster. Get in the car, guys. Oh, this car is messed up. Oh, there we go. What are you doing? All right, there we go. Kind of wish I had a tattoo like siren noise for this thing, but we don't. Although I guess it'd be really annoying to have the constant like siren going off. No, stop going. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. No, don't prone. Oh my god. That's the first thing I would do is getting out of a car that's been under fire and going prone right in front of the car. Okay, well, at least we got somewhat into a position where we can fight back. So obviously they didn't expect this much resistance, so this is good for the story. I guess if anything, this makes the enemy seem even scared, and I was going to make them seem, I was going to give them some heavier weapons than this, but I wasn't really sure how the officers were going to deal with that. But we do have a little surprise back here in case these officers need the backup, which so far getting into the compound has been relatively a hard task, so we might need some help here. Let's make sure these officers reload. Like they just drop their magazines into water and make a huge splash noise. All right, let's spread these officers out. Run to 3 over here. We are making contact with the initial wall. Hopefully we can suppress this guy. Come on, come on. Okay, no, what? Oh, okay. I really thought he glitched in between. Okay, there's actually some spacing here. That's good. These things do not really provide any cover. They are just those construction fences with a little bit of like green, I guess tape. Not tape. Green tarp, that's the word. To, I guess, hide what's going on inside. We managed to make it inside the compound, but this guy is in like a horrible spot. He's gonna get shot to shit if we don't help him out. Alright, 1 down, 2 gangsters down. And now we need to keep him in cover. He's getting absolutely... Okay, let's just keep him prone for now. Our officers over here are still okay. We can push them up to these huge wood piles, hopefully allowing us to get a little closer. Oh, is that a grenade? Oh god! Run away! Okay, so they are actually armed with grenades, while we are only armed with flashbangs. That's a great flashbang, though! Okay, we cannot take any prisoners. These guys are not going to let us take a prisoner. Alright, there we go. So, even if they're flashbanged, we have to eliminate the threat. That's how they do it, right? They shoot until the threat's eliminated. Alright, we have made a reasonable amount of way here. However, I'd say with the fact that they just threw a grenade at us, they have really stepped up their game, which means that the government... Oh, sorry. The government has now sent reinforcements in the form of a QRF, or I guess a sort of a quick response force, which comes with a bunch of government Humvees, and my favorite, 2 SWAT M240 MAT-Vs, which gives the government a huge amount of firepower here in the form of a 7.62 machine gun on an armed, mine-resistant patrol vehicle. And obviously we are going to be expecting the enemies, as in the gang, the terrorists, whatever you want to refer to them as, to up the ante here in the future. Considering we are now bringing, you know, heavier vehicles, that means they're most likely going to have to somehow acquire rocket-propelled grenades, mines, heavier grenades, who knows, even light vehicles. I mean, you can buy old Polish... Don't ask me how I know this. You can buy old Polish and Czechoslovakian... Yes, I know, it's now no longer a single country. You can buy, like, old former Soviet bloc APCs. Do you want to buy, like, a Scott 2 APC, or do you want to buy a BRDM? You can get one for like 20 grand, dude. And 20 grand's a lot of money. To you and me, 20 grand or 25 grand, whatever, is a lot of money, right? To some gang in a fictional country, $20,000 is like one drug run. It's like, you know, it's a little bit of just throwaway money. I guess we'll dismount the vehicles. The government troops have arrived. They are all CT officers, or counter-terrorist officers, and they are very heavily funded by the U.S., as you can obviously see. They have American equipment. They have American Humvees. We have American night vision, all that stuff. So let's get all these guys out, and we'll have a huge assault force now. I guess this, you know, is a little bit overwhelming. Then again, whenever you see footage of American cops trying to arrest people for certain crimes, they usually send like 800 police officers to deal with one dude. Granted, usually the people can be armed, so I mean, I understand it. I'm not saying it makes no sense, but at the same time, this looks kind of ridiculous when you see the amount of firepower we just brought up, including 2 MAT-Vs with the 7.62 M240 on the top, which does look really, really cool. But the reasoning behind it, I can actually understand. So now I suppose we could move these up, since they are relatively impervious to enemy attack. We can move them up and take over the control here of the gun cam and start dealing with some of these gangsters that are hiding around in a construction yard. As we move our CT officers, actually let's move our regular officers up, their SWAT officers up first, and then we can move our CT officers right behind them. We have a machine gunner here in this tower, so let's move up. Hold and engage with 7.62. That'll just eliminate anyone that's hiding in that tower. I'm pretty sure we took out the one-time member there, but yeah, we'll just empty. We'll go for a full burst. Well, it wasn't even a burst. That was the full auto spray. All right, let's move up. And now we have a bunch more police officers, obviously, that showed up. I guess CT... Would counter-terrorist officers still be police officers? I guess that depends on the agency they're with, realistically speaking, right? So... I mean, in this scenario, I guess we'll call them police officers because I'm going to misspeak and I'm going to call them police officers regardless. But they do look really awesome. As you can see, they have a bunch of night vision. They have suppressed weapons, both Russian and European made. We have ARX-160, we have a UMP, we have an MP5, and we have an AKS. So it's a nice mix of equipment that these guys are armed with. In the meantime, we'll roll our SWAT vehicles up and we'll get them covered by 2 teams of CT. Which I gotta say, oh, what? We have an RPG. Alright, we expected some really heavy equipment. Let's come on, sprint up. Okay, we have a vehicle spotted, which means we take the RPG out, get into position, aim, and fire. That was not an explosion that I hoped for. We're reloading. It's another not explosion. Let's try again. Granted, we are using an RPG on a light vehicle, so it might not be the most effective. We're reloading the 240. Trying to aim for the weak spot. Well, I say weak spot. The area where hopefully the gunner can't be protected from. That was a success. Push up. Break through the line here. This looks awesome. The assault on the compound is definitely in full force now. We're looking out for where these enemies may be. We brought some grenades this time. I guess counter-terrorists don't mess around, as is proven by CSGO, am I right? Was an enemy right there, but I can't see. Let's check this house. House is clear. Let's take him some little fire from the corner there. Is it ahead? He's down. Oh crap! Alright, we gotta get in cover, stay in cover. And then move these 3 up with the rest of the team. The 240 can move up and secure that area over here. There's like even a helipad that they managed to capture somehow. Our officers are moving up. Is he down? So one way to make sure. There we go. That's what we were looking for earlier. I'm not sure why we couldn't disable that other vehicle. Can we try that again? There we go. Okay, vehicle disabled in case they want to jump back on it. Take out the ERX again. And we'll secure the area here. We'll sprint up behind the MATV. I mean, I feel like I'm playing Arma when I take over. Hey, what are you doing? Yo, buddy. Oh, okay. Wheel's broken. Okay, good. I feel like I'm playing Arma when I take over a character like that. And I gotta say, like I said earlier, I wasn't a really big fan of the way they did the direct control, but man, it's really growing on me, mainly because I like doing these little scenario things, little editor things, and I gotta say it is actually really, really cool. Obviously, we have not done one thing, and that is blitz the compound. We have done a lot of things, but we've not blitzed the enemy here, so they are very much aware of our approach, which means that the The main gang leader has obviously had a very decent time frame to make his escape. In the meantime, we are obviously pushing up, or trying to push up here on all sides. We have our CT ready. They are going to deal with this open area. We do have Matt V that needs to repair, but that's alright. We'll move this one up here, and I'll move our CT team that's over here on the left, up on the ridge. Come on, go, go, go. Whoa, that was awesome. It's so cinematic in first person compared to like watching it from above. Alright, target, he is down. He is down. We got some very, like, we got like a weird mixture of equipment here. We got very well equipped gangsters, and we got some gangsters that are just not equipped at all. We might have lost a CT officer there. Can't really find him anymore. Let's try and move our MTVs up. MATVs, sorry. I guess I prefer when I call them Mat Vs. It just makes more sense. He is down. We are reloading. Push the CT around with our SWAT officers having to make a big break forward here. Sprinting, sprinting, sprinting. Reloading on the move. Sprinting, sprinting, sprinting. Flashbang out. Oh, getting cover, getting cover. Okay, you managed to take that guy out. We're moving up here in the construction yard. We have a bunch more CT that we've kind of just been having here in reserve, but we might as well move them up now. I mean, they are going to need to not sit here on their butt and do nothing. So we'll move our CT around. Matt V, oh, guys jumping out to repair a wheel. Not really sure if that's the most important thing they need to be doing when they're in the middle of a firefight, but it's alright. We'll figure it out. Alright, move to another CT map forward. In the meantime, obviously, our target must be becoming very weary about what's happening, and I can't imagine he's going to sit there for very long. He might try and make a run for it. In the meantime, we are dealing with entrenched infantry here still. We'll use our UMP here. I don't think we have a great... That's the one downside of these guys, because they're all obviously, you know, sort of set up for these medium to short range engagements. That these longer range engagements, they can't really do their most effective job. But we'll try and get them closer, and perhaps even, ooh, well, I mean, this might be a little on the brutal side, but sometimes a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Oh, that was not close at all. I was really hoping that would go a little further than that. Oh, that's a decent grenade, however. Like I said, counter-terrorists, they don't mess around. He is down. Alright, we're going to be moving in here. However, the rebel leader has had enough. He is going to be jumping one of the vehicles here and trying to get the hell out of Dodge. He's being driven by a bunch of his allies, and they are getting the hell out of Dodge, while obviously being chased by the SWAT teams and the special police forces. But they're going to be getting out of here, which means that we're going to have to deal with him another day, as for some reason we could not come up with any sort of air support. However, we can still very much try and deal with the remaining gangsters that have not left the area, so we're going to be pushing up. Now, with a very heavy push, because we do not have much left here. We are obviously not aware, they're not aware of the fact that their target has left the area, so we're going to be pushing in here still. There is, he's down. I think he is down too. I think they're both down. Push up to the edge of the wall here. We have so many more CT officers. I guess, like I said, they try not to make an even fight. In this sort of situation, in warfare, and I guess in these situations, you're not talking about making it an even battle. This is kind of awkward. It's like stuck on this concrete pillar here. You're talking about winning. You want to make sure that you do not lose any individuals, or at the very least, you know, you don't lose as many individuals as the enemy does. And in this case, you want to make sure that that is accomplished by you bringing, you know, a vast majority of troops. Okay, I think area is secure. Let's send in a CT team to see if they can find any intel, or well, obviously the target we're looking for was in this building, so we're heading in, going in. Right clear, left clear. Okay, so we may not have eyes on the target. However, we are going to be doing a assessment of any intel that may be found here, both on troops in the yard, gang members, and in the buildings around here. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this little of this. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this little scenario that I kind of came up with out of nowhere. If you'd like to see more, especially of this sort of story, which will turn into a sort of global conflict, which will involve many players, not just this SWAT unit and the counter-terrorists versus this gang unit. It'll have a little bit more than just that. With that being said, if you want to see more, let me know in the comments section. Let's see you guys in the next one. Cheers.